Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Urvashi. I am a professional trainer. I provide trainings in Frontend Development technologies, that is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, ES6, React.js and Redux. And besides that, I help students with the mentoring and guiding and the interview preparation as well. In today's video, we are going to see very important topic, especially for the aspiring Frontend developers. That is the architecture of a website, that how your website works, what goes behind it, and majorly what is the difference between the front end and the back end. So we are going to cover all of it in today's video. So let's get to the video. Let's have a look at what's involved with the whole idea of web and web browsers. So mainly we have two sides when we talk about the architecture of a website, that is client side and the server side. So client side is all about your front end part that users see, and when it's come to server is all about that user actually doesn't see, but the whole working actually, all the data actually resides there. So this is a snippet for the architecture of a website. So I'll start with the client side. So wherever you see the web browser, it can be your laptop, it can be your PC, it can be your tablet, your MacBook, your phone, it can be any device. Wherever you can see your browser is basically your client side. That means wherever you can see the websites is called your client side. That is the way through which your user interacts. So user is the person who uses your application. For example, let's say I'm using Facebook. So I'm a user of Facebook. So there, when I'm using Facebook, that means I'm interacting with the UI of the Facebook. That is where the client side is. It's the entry point where your user actually, the people who use your application actually interact with the UI. And all the backend part, that is all your servers, database resides in the server side. And to make your client and server interact with each other, we have APIs, that is application program interface. In that we have two things, that is request and response. I completely get it that these terms might be a little confusing. To understand it better, let me just consider a real-time example. Let's say you just browsed one website, let's say Amazon, and you created an account there. So you entered your ID, password, your contact number, and you just click on sign up button. So when you click on sign up button, a request is sent to the server, and then server requests to the database and put your data in the database. And in response, you get that your account is created. And then you get the information that your account is created. And definitely the medium through which you are sending requests is through the APIs. And when you send something from client is called request, and when you get something, that is called the response from the server. So you are sending the request from the client side, and the server will receive the request, and then server will request and put whatever the data you have entered in the database, and then you get the response. So generally in response you get the HTTP codes. Now let's say user is not a technical person, so definitely you will not know that your account is created or not. So generally you will get the emails, you will get the notifications, you will get the pop-up sometimes that so every website has its own way to notify the user that your account is created successfully. So that is how the user gets the response. And for a developer, definitely the one who has created the application will understand it through the HTTP codes. So here you send the request and you get the response. This is one example, that's your signing up. This is how you actually populate the database, that you enter the data in the database. Next, this is how actually data comes in the database from the user only. So all the data that is being entered by the user is actually stored in your database. Next thing is, now my account is created, I want to log in into Amazon. So simply I will add my ID, I will add my password, I will enter, I will sign in. Simply a request will send to the server. Now client is sending the request to the server to get the data from the database, to check whatever the data I added earlier and the new data that I added to login is same or not. If it's same, then you are able to log in into website. Otherwise you get the pop-ups notification that you have to enter the correct credentials. So this is how the working happen, that from the client you send the request and the server you get the response. And definitely for every purpose you have multiple APIs that really help you to connect client with the server. So you send the request, you get the response. So if being a front-end developer, we have to concentrate on the client side, but definitely we need to have at least a good basic knowledge of backend server database, basic working of that, to understand the complete architecture of the website. So this is the very important thing to understand the architecture of a website. So this is very important to understand the architecture of a website. So this is something that was introduced back then, and definitely we follow the same. till now. So this is the architecture of a website, and this is what client side and server side is. So if you guys have any questions related to architecture of a website or related to any language in front-end development, feel free to drop that in the comment section below, and I will try to answer all the questions. Thank you everyone for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my channel. Thank you.